Good morning, thank you for joining me. I hope everybody's well. Welcome to my March favourites video. Let's get stuck straight in. I haven't got quite as much as last month, but we have got categories beauty, TV, that didn't go well, did it? Beauty, books, TV, film, food, random and home. Actually mostly random, not so much home. Let's start with beauty as usual, and the first item I want to share with you, which isn't the most exciting but it's exciting to me, is a foundation brush. This is the best foundation brush I have ever used, true story. It's from Makeup Revolution. It's from their XX Revolution brand, and they've got lots of different brands in Revolution now, haven't they? They've got makeup something else as well, Obsession. Anyway, I digress. But this it's more expensive than you would anticipate a Makeup Revolution product being at £12.99, but the reviews were good and I desperately needed a new foundation brush. I've been using a sponge to put on my foundation. It just wasn't giving me the finish that I wanted for some reason, and I got this and I've used it every day since I've had it. I absolutely love it. It's soft but it's really dense and it just gives me the nicest finish. Obviously I've used it today. It gives me the nicest finish on my foundation. I'm so pleased with it and I like it so much. I'm actually going to buy another one so that I don't have to wash this one so often. I should say I'll link everything in the description box below, so if you want any more information do click through. Revolution quite often have 25% off or buy two get one free and all that sort of stuff on their website, so it's worth looking out for one of those sorts of offers if you are looking to purchase anything from them. But yeah, absolutely love this. Such a good find. The next beauty item is this Nip and Fab, what's it called? Pink Grapefruit Primer Essence. Now I'm a big fan of anything grapefruit. I used to love grapefruit juice, but I cannot have grapefruit or anything grapefruity to eat or drink anymore because I'm on blood pressure medication. So I feel like I enjoy grapefruit flavoured or scented beauty products even more than I used to, and candles as well. But this is a lovely primer. It's by Nip and Fab, which is a good, I like quite a few of their things actually, the Nip and Fab brand. I think they're really good, and it comes in a sort of dropper type thing like that. It is grapefruit coloured, pink grapefruit coloured, and it's so hydrating and so it just leaves a nice glow on your skin. It's quite watery, and rub it in, and always with your primer give it a couple of minutes to set type of thing before you start with your foundation. That's a good tip that I learned from YouTube, and it's one that does help my makeup last longer, and my makeup seems to sit really nicely on this. You know, with some primers you get that, Kirsten and I were talking about this the other day, squirly feeling, bits that sort of, when you put your foundation on, it goes a little bit squirly. You absolutely don't get this. It just sort of seems to adhere to it and sit really nicely on top of it, and it smells of grapefruit, so what could be better really? So yeah, like that one very much. The next one is, oh, I don't think I've got the other one. Did I bring both down? Anyway, it probably doesn't matter. I got a set of these two things. They are by Real Techniques, whose makeup sponges I rate very highly, and I saw these on Amazon. It's a set of two and they are miniature sponges in little cases. This is a pointed one, as you can see, and it comes in a set of two with another one that is oh, I have got it, there it is, it was hiding underneath the book, and that is a rounded one, and these are so useful. I really like them. It's £4.99 on Amazon Prime for a set of two, and I use this one to, you know, when I do my makeup and I put under eye concealer on just to cover it or brighten up the areas under my eyes, I blend it in with that, and I find it so good for that one. And this one I use to set under my eyes just with a little, because it's got the point, it's a little bit more precise, and I can set with powder under my eyes just beautifully. And I was a little bit worried because the sponges don't come out about how they would wash. However, I washed them last night and they've come up beautifully, and they're actually really easy to wash as well. So yeah, really pleased with those. I think they're a nice little find. Very pleased with them, how they're working out for me. Again, that's something that I've used every day since I've got them. Moving on to a blusher. I did show this briefly. This is again from Makeup Revolution. This is a new product from them. It's the Super Dewy, what's it called? Super Dewy Liquid Blush. It comes in several colours. They sold out quite quickly. It's obviously very popular of some of the colours. And I ended up getting this very bright pink one, which was a little bit terrifying. However, I have it on today and I absolutely love this blush. I think a liquid blush, as I've said many times before, a gel blush, so much more flattering on our skin as we get older. I like powder blush as well, but I just think liquid blush does something nice to my skin. It gives it a sort of glow, more of a radiance. This colour is, just let me get my glasses and I will tell you. This colour is, I might not tell you. You Had Me at First Blush. I don't know if that's the colour or not. I'll put the colour below anyway. But that's what it looks like. You only need the tiniest amount. I'm just going to put that on my hand and I'm just going to make sure I've got tissue to rub it off after I've rubbed it in to show you what it looks like. It just blends out to this most lovely spring summer blushing pink colour. Pink is such a flattering colour. It's just a universally flattering colour, pink, I think, and it just, isn't that lovely? So nice. Yes, I'm very much enjoying that. If I sound bunged up today, by the way, I think I have a bit of a cold, so apologies in advance. The final product under beauty is this, which, do you remember I got the Zara advent calendar for Christmas from Ashley, and it had all the different perfumes and candles and things in. This is one of the perfumes that I really like. It's called Amalfi Sunray. It's their perfume collaboration with Jo Malone, and this is just lovely. It's sweet, it's not too sweet, but it's a holiday type perfume. It's very spring and summer, very fresh, and yeah, fresh I think is a good word for it. So hard to describe scents, isn't it? But yeah, a really fresh, easy daytime perfume. Very much enjoying that. Let's move on to books, and I have read my first 5-star read of this year, this month, and it was called Only Child. It was such a good book, linked below obviously. It's about a school shooting in America, and it is told from the point of view of a 6-year-old boy, Zach, and it's just in the aftermath of the school shooting and how he and his family deal with it, and it sounds depressing and it is quite dark, a lot of it, but it's ultimately uplifting, and it's just so interesting reading it. So believable and interesting reading it from his perspective. I started this book at about 8:30 one evening, or 9 o'clock one evening, and the next thing I looked at the clock and it was 11 o'clock. I couldn't put the book down. It was so good. Highly recommend that. If you are a reader, you would enjoy that, I think. The other book I've read this month that I also enjoyed was called The Mother-in-Law, and that was about a mother-in-law, a family, I guess, and in the first chapter you find out that the mother-in-law has unexpectedly died, and it's, I guess, a bit of a mystery crime whodunit type thing, but with a domestic layer from the point of view of all the different members of the family type of thing, and you're sort of led up one path and you think it's somewhere and it's not. But yeah, very realistic and very interesting, the relationships between all the family members as well, so I'd recommend that one as well. TV wise, I think I've already mentioned in a different video Defending Jacob, which is available on Apple TV, which was the best thing I've watched this month. I know a lot of people haven't got Apple TV, but a lot of people also don't know that if you buy a new Apple product, you get a year of free Apple TV with that. So if you get a new iPhone or iPad or whatever, I know a lot of you use iPads, you do get a year of free Apple TV if you do get it. I also recommend the morning show on there, which we thought was very good as well. I thought it was actually. Ashley didn't watch it, so I don't know what he thought of it because he didn't watch it. The other thing I've enjoyed on TV this month is Interior Design Masters, the second series. I think the first series is available on Netflix, which I haven't watched, but I've been watching the latest series, which has just finished, which is available on iPlayer. It's an interior design competition, and every week they have a different project. They did show homes, they did beach huts, they did shops, and they did restaurants for the final. Really interesting just seeing all the different ideas and creations, and I found it quite inspirational actually watching all the things they come up with. I thought it was really something a bit different, and I enjoyed it very much. I haven't got any specific YouTube recommendations this month. I am currently working my way through all the recommendations from you guys on my live chat video last week, and there were so many good recommendations both in the comments afterwards and in the chat. If you haven't seen that, it's available to watch. I'll link it up here. Yeah, I'm working my way through, hundreds, I think, of recommendations in the end, and I found some new ones that I've really liked. So as and when I work my way through, perhaps next month I'll come up with some recommendations for you from that list that I've enjoyed. Film-wise, we've just finished watching all the Mission Impossible films. We've worked our way through the box set of those, and very much enjoyed doing that. So much so that we've decided to do the same with the Die Hard films. So I've just ordered the box set of all the Die Hard films. So they go all the way back to 1988. Can you believe it's that long since the first Die Hard film was published? No, released, made, I don't know. Yeah, sorry if I'm glancing down here, I've got notes, so apologies if I'm looking down there to see what's next on the list to tell you about. So let's move on to food, and again this is something I did show briefly in a video, but I just wanted to mention it again. Can I just say at this point as well that nothing in this video is sponsored or adverts. It's all stuff that I've paid for or been gifted from members of my family, in the case of the perfume. With my own money, so nothing sponsored at all. Just like to point that out. I'd like you to know when you're being sold to, type of thing. But yeah, Skinny Bakery, I did show what I had from them. As you know, I've been trying to lose weight, and I don't have a massive sweet tooth, but just sometimes I want a little something, and these are just perfect for me. I'm not somebody who wants a whole chocolate bar or a big slice of cake or anything, but I just fancy a little something sweet that's not a fat-free yogurt occasionally. And these just fit the bill perfectly for me. I ordered from them online, Skinny Bakery they're called, and they make all these different flavours of pearls, they call them. They are little. These particular ones are 41 calories. Some of them are down as low as 30. And that's what they look like. You get 5 in a box. And there's all different flavours. They also do sort of miniature donuts, and you can freeze them as well, which is brilliant. So I did, to save myself on postage, I did one big order and I put them all apart from one box in the freezer, and then I just pull them out as I need them. And the ones that are frozen, sometimes when you freeze cake it's not so nice afterwards, but these are absolutely fine. I find the texture still really nice. So yeah, recommend Skinny Bakery for little sweet treats. Right, I need to turn my page over now to see what we're up to now. Oh, just a couple of random things. One is, and I can't find this to show you, which is really annoying. Do you remember last month I was talking about cleaning my grout with that between the tiles? This is glamorous, isn't it? It's all about the glamour on this channel, I tell you. Cleaning the grout with that magic grout thing. Well, that worked really well on the floor that I showed you, and then I tried to use it on I've got like a tiled around my basin in my bedroom, and that hasn't been done since the 1980s, and the grout is very grubby, and I tried it with the grout cleaner and it didn't do a brilliant job, and I was wondering what I could do to just brighten it up. We are going to redecorate the bathroom at some point if anybody ever manages to give us a quote. That would be nice. It's nearly a month since they came round. Apparently they're very busy and they're working on the quote, but if it takes them this long to do the quote. Anyway, I digress again. And I got this Grout pen off Amazon. I think it was only a couple of quid. They come in all different colours, and it's just basically like almost like a chalk marker, a big chunky marker pen, and when you press the nib down, the Grout chalk stuff comes out and it just covers up the grout and brightens it up. It's not like a permanent brilliant solution, I don't think, but it really did do a cracking job of making this really quite grubby grout look fresher and nicer. I wish I could. I'll put a picture up here anyway, and I'll link the one I bought down below if anybody's interested. But I thought that's a really quick way of brightening up something that looks a little bit grungy for a couple of quid. Another random thing is an email that I've subscribed to. It's called the Positive News. I think it's just called Positive News. Who's sick of all the misery in the news and all the moaning and misery and bad news and constant worst case scenarios? I know we all are, because we've talked about it before in the comments and I've talked about it in videos. This is a weekly email that I get. I think it comes on a Saturday morning, and it's lots of positive news from around the world, and it's just lovely and uplifting. It's so nice. I think they also have a magazine that you can subscribe to. It's quite expensive though, but I just love this little email dropping into my inbox, and I read through it and it tells me some positive stuff that's happening here and around the world, and it's lovely. So I'll leave the details for that below as well. Finally, an Amazon absolute bargain, which I didn't get out. I've got to go and get it, so I'll be back in a sec. Usually I have a really good stack of note cards that I can send, thank you letters or little notes that I want to send to people, or a card just for whatever. You know, you need some note cards in your life, don't you? And what with all the last 12 months, I haven't had a big stash of them. And I went to send something the other day and I didn't have anything. Oh my God, what am I going to do? No cards. I went on Amazon and I got this set of 8 cards delivered the next day on Prime for £1.50. Yes, £1.50 for 8 cards with envelopes. They've got envelopes with them, and you get 4 of each design. I think there's 2 different designs, and they were £1.50, and I just thought they're so pretty as well. I thought they're just perfect for spring. I've used a couple of them already. But yeah, I thought that was just the best bargain. I thought that was such a bargain that I just wanted to share that with you. So again, linked below. Right, that is it for this month's favourites. Let me know if there's anything you've been enjoying, any recommendations for me. I always love your recommendations. I have a great big list in Google Keep of all your recommendations that you tell me about, and quite often find some absolute gems in there. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.